Welcome back to Tari Planners. Today we'll be walking through the Simple CRM tracker and dashboard. The first tab you'll see upon entering the spreadsheet is the welcome page. This is like all of the other trackers within our store. On the welcome page, you will have the instruction video for the product, a link to the Tari Planners store, as well as some key tips down the side. There's also a reminder that you shouldn't be updating anything within the green boxes, as well as a link to the PDF which you would have received upon purchase of this product, just in case you need to download a brand new fresh spreadsheet, as well as a legal disclaimer discussing the purpose of the product, how to use the product, and what the product is and isn't for, as well as usage. You also have links to each tab within the spreadsheet. These are the setup page, the dashboard, the client database, CRM, task tracker, and task by team member. Now, this is the Simple CRM dashboard, the control center for managing your clients, leads, tasks, and revenue in one place. This isn't about complicated sales pipelines or corporate CRM systems. It's designed for small business owners, freelancers, and service providers who want clarity, organization, and visibility without overwhelm. Everything you see here updates automatically based on the information you enter elsewhere in the tracker. At the top of the dashboard, you'll see a quick snapshot of your business at a glance. Total revenue shows you how much income you've gained from your clients. Total leads counts everyone currently in your pipeline. Active clients shows who you're actively working with. And overdue items highlight anything that needs your attention, so nothing slips through the cracks. You don't need to calculate or update these manually. They update automatically as you use the CRM. The action items section is your focus area. This is where you can see what needs action next. Follow-ups, outstanding tasks, or anything requiring attention. It's designed to help you work proactively instead of reacting last minute. If you only look at one section when you open the CRM, this is a good place to start. The lead status chart shows you where your leads currently sit in your pipeline. For example, you've got new, qualified, unqualified, nurturing, etc. This gives you a visual overview of how leads are moving and where you might need to improve follow-ups or conversions. It's not about pressure, it's just about awareness. The revenue section breaks things down into potential revenue, gained, and lost revenue. This helps you see not just what you've earned, but what's still possible and what hasn't converted yet. It's a simple way to understand the bigger picture without running multiple reports. The probability of close area helps you understand how likely your current leads are to convert based on the status you've assigned them. This is useful for planning, especially if you rely on client work for consistent income. Again, this is for insight, not prediction. It helps you make informed decisions, but doesn't give you guarantees. The program status section shows where each client is in their journey with you. For example, you have onboarding, active, inactive, lost, offboarding, completed, not completed. This is especially helpful if you manage multiple clients at once and want to quickly see who needs support, follow-ups, or closure. You then have your lead source. The lead source shows you where your leads are coming from, such as social media, referrals, or your website. Over time, this helps you understand what's actually working, so you can focus your energy on the platforms that bring results. You then have CRM tasks by due date. This shows you up to 5 tasks automatically, and it shows you the items that are most overdue. You also have your task tracker by due date, which shows up to 5 tasks which are tracked automatically, and this also shows you the most overdue date. The next tab is our setup tab. This page works quietly in the background to power everything else in the tracker. Your drop downs, your dashboards, your charts, automations, everything. Because of that, nothing highlighted in the light green on this page should be edited. The green sections contain the core system logic that keeps the CRM working correctly. Now think of this page as a reference and control sheet. You won't need to add any rows here, but you will need to input some information on your first use. First of all, you need to add your currency. Then you will need to input information about yourself and your business. So here you will put in your business name, address, your logo if you would like to enter that, as well as any other information. You then have client status. Your client statuses have already been set up for you, so please do not change these as it will impact the functionality of this spreadsheet. You then have client type. We have pre-populated it with a few client types, but please feel free to update the remainder of the white boxes with any other client types you would want to include. You also have client tag. We've already populated some of the client tags for you, but once again, please feel free to update the remainder of the white boxes with any additional client tags you would like to include. The time zone list supports working with clients across different locations. This is especially useful if you work internationally, offer calls or appointments, manage deadlines across regions, or anything of that nature. The list is pre-filled to ensure consistency across the system. So lead status, lead source, and probability of close sections define how leads move through your pipeline. These values power lead tracking visuals, probability insights, conversion and revenue summaries, and they are intentionally standardized to keep the CRM simple and reliable. We have pre-populated lead source, but we have given you the opportunity to add up to 10 more lead sources and 2 more lead statuses. If you would like to color coordinate those, you would need to put the colors into these boxes. Finally, we have our section that updates our task tracker. On the right-hand side, you'll see task status, category, and assigned to. These support the task tracker views and dashboards, allowing tasks to be categorized, tracked by status, and assigned clearly. Again, these are all system level settings and should not be altered other than the boxes that we have allowed for in white. So just to be clear, nothing highlighted in green on this page should be edited, deleted, or renamed. All customization and data entry happens in the client database, the CRM tab, and the task tracker tabs. Once this page has been updated for any of the white boxes, the rest of the CRM works seamlessly, updating automatically as you add clients, leads, and tasks. It's a very simple setup with a clean structure and very little maintenance required. Now this is the client database, the heart of the Simple CRM. This is where all clients and prospect information lives, and everything else in the system pulls from here. The dashboard, CRM views, task tracking, revenue summaries, and reminders. So at the top of the page, you'll see a client summary snapshot. This shows you how many clients you currently have in each of the statuses. These numbers update automatically as you change a client status in the table below, so you don't need to count anything manually. Next to this is the client search highlighter. This allows you to quickly find and visually highlight a specific client from the database, which is especially helpful once the list starts to grow. It's designed to save time and reduce scrolling. You can change it and highlight it by clicking on the down box and changing your customer. As you add more clients, this list will grow. On the right, you'll then see upcoming birthdays, and this tracks up to 6 clients and any upcoming birthdays within the next 30 days. This is optional information, but powerful if you like to send personal messages, strengthen client relationships, or add thoughtful touches to your service. If you don't want to track birthdays, you can simply leave those fields blank. The main table starts with client contact information. You don't need to fill in every column for every client, only enter what's relevant to how you work. Next is the client labels section. This includes tags, status, and source. These are drop-down based to keep things clean and consistent across the system. Changing a client status here is what updates the dashboard numbers, lead and client tracking views, and the CRM summaries. This is one of the most important columns in the entire CRM. The payment details section allows you to record agreed payment terms such as net payment days. This helps you keep track of expectations, especially if you work with multiple clients on different terms. It supports clarity, not enforcement. The onboarding and offboarding section lets you record when a client starts and when a client relationship ends. This is useful for tracking client cycle, reviewing retention, and understanding how long clients typically stay with you. Finally, you have the notes column, which is completely flexible. Use it for preferences, context, reminders, anything you don't want to forget. There's no right or wrong way to use this space. So just some important things to remember. All drop-downs in this table are connected to the setup page. You should not manually type over drop-down values. Always select from the list provided to keep the CRM working properly. Aside from that, this page is designed to be used, updated, and grown with your business. Once your clients are entered here, the rest of the CRM works automatically in the background. Now this is the Customer Relationship Management tab. This is where you actively manage your relationships, tracking conversations, follow-ups, deals, and the next actions in one place. If the client database stores information, this tab is where you use it. This tab is designed to work like a live working list. Each row represents a lead, a conversation, a follow-up, a deal in progress, and you can use it as simply or as fully as you need. At the top, you'll see a reminder to sort by due date. Using the sort arrow on the due date column allows you to line everything up. If you see this come up for this section, please just click OK. This is because other cells within this tab are protected. You can now see that your dates have been sorted from oldest to newest. You can also do it in the other direction, from newest to oldest. This helps you focus on what needs attention now and not everything at once. In the top summary area, you'll see 2 progress indicators, completion status target. This shows the percentage of tasks completed out of all the tasks listed. This is a target that you will set for yourself. In the top summary area, you'll see 2 progress indicators. The first is the completion status target. This shows the percentage of tasks that need to be completed out of all the tasks listed. This is a percentage that you will set for yourself. If the percentage of tasks completed is higher than the target that you've set for yourself, then it will show as target met. If the percentage of tasks completed is lower than the target you've set for yourself, then the target will show as not met. You then have your due date target. This shows how many tasks have been completed on or before their due date out of the tasks that we have in our list. If the percentage of tasks completed by their due date is lower than the target that you've set for yourself, then it will show as target not met. These are visibility tools and not pressure tools, and they're here to help you spot patterns. On the right, you will see a list of tasks to be completed in the next 30 days. This is fully automated and dependent on the due date that you have put in this column here, as well as any overdue tasks. If there are no overdue tasks, this section will show and say that there are no overdue tasks. This gives you a forward-looking view so nothing gets forgotten. If there are no overdue tasks, the system will clearly show that. The main table is where you log and manage activity. You can record due date, your action item, the organization and client details, any contact information, the time zone, who the task is assigned to, deal value, and all other information. You don't need to fill in every column for every entry, only what's relevant. Further across the table, you can track your lead status, your communication notes, your probability of close, deal value, and your lead source. This allows you to not just see what you're doing, but what's likely to convert and what needs nurturing. All drop-downs are standardized to keep reporting clean and consistent. The status column helps you mark whether something has started, in progress, reviewed, or completed. The communication and notes column are flexible and free text. Use them to capture context, outcomes, or reminders, anything you don't want to rely on your memory for. This tab is designed to be updated regularly. There are multiple rows for you to update. You can update statuses as work progresses and mark items as completed once they're done. The more consistently you use it, the more useful the dashboard and summaries will become. This CRM is about staying organized without feeling overwhelmed, to give you clear actions and clear priorities and manage your client relationships as your business grows. Now, this is the Task Tracker tab. This tab is designed to help you manage tasks in one place, whether you're working on your own, managing freelancers, or running a small team. At the top, you'll see a visual overview of your tasks. This shows what's due today, what's overdue, your total overdue tasks, as well as the number of tasks completed versus the number of tasks that have been listed in the table below. You can also see a visual representation of how many tasks have been assigned to each individual within your team, the number of tasks completed on or before their due date, as well as the percentage of task status. These charts update automatically as tasks are added or completed. This is the table where tasks are managed day to day. Each row represents one task. You can enter the task name, assign it to a category, give it a status and a priority, as well as a due date. If the due date has passed, but the status of the task hasn't been changed to completed, it will be highlighted in red here. If your task is overdue, or if your task hasn't yet been completed, this column will show you how many days are left until you need to complete it, or how many days it's overdue by. For example, we could add in an item here where we give it priority, we call it high, and say that it is actually due by tomorrow or in 2 days' time. And here you can see that it's a positive number saying you have 2 more days to complete it. Once you mark an item as completed, you can then go in and say on what date you completed that item. It will then tell us whether that item was completed before or after the due date. You can also go in and assign an item to a specific person, and this list can be updated from the setup page. Now, this table is really flexible in design. You can either use it just for yourself or for a team. You can use it for business tasks, personal admin, client follow-ups, or internal projects. Everything can be managed from this tab. As tasks are updated here, the summaries and the charts at the top will update automatically, so you always have a clear picture of what needs your attention. And you'll also be able to see on the dashboard your 5 upcoming tasks. You then have your task tracker by team member. Now, this is fully automated. All you have to do is click the drop down to sift through all of the different tasks by team member, or you can just choose to look at anything that has been assigned to all. And that is your Simple CRM, a system designed to help you within your business, not bring overwhelm, but provide you with organization, oversight, and control. It's designed to grow with your business and provide you solutions to managing multiple clients, multiple deadlines, as well as a growing client list.